What's the greatest escape you ever made? Not how much you've ever paid, but like when things were looking the darkest, the bleakest, the worst, and you got away with paying nothing.
We have the best story of that.
That was a good
Come on,
escape.
give us yours, Kevin. What's your best story? Your great escape?
We were in New York or something.
It was
Boston. And I show up and it's just like, you want the good news or the bad news? I'm like, I'll start with the bad news first. He's like,
The Cabe Verde doesn't take it.
yeah, they don't take excess baggage. And I had like, and when I got in, I had like an hour in between to get all the bags, put them on the bus, drive to the next terminal, get them off, check in, and go.
But had a bus like this full of bags in
Yeah, yeah. Through Boston, freezing cold.
Where are you going?
Cabe Verde.
So this year.
This year. So we get there, we pull up all the bags, and they're like, we're not taking your bags. And the next flight is next week. We're like, oh, this is crap. So we're just sitting there and we're just waiting, and then we're calling Josh just because it's his sponsor, and he was apparently like sponsoring the event or something, you know? Because they said, oh, we're gonna have baggage deal and all that stuff. Of course, you show up, nothing. And then what happened? We were just like,
yeah, and then they said, okay, we'll take them, but you've got 10 bags, and it's 170 euros per bag. And we're like, oh, so 1,700 euros, brilliant. And then they're like, but those 3 bags, that they're not coming. And we're like, what? Those 3 bags are coming. So 767, the plane wasn't as massive. And they said, oh, because there's a dead person being transporting a coffin, we can't put the bags near him. You know, we're like, oh shit. So we've tried to pile everything that we needed into the ones that we were allowed, and we had these 3 bags to leave behind. And then they're like, we're like, what do you want to do with the bags anyway? And she's like, oh, my cousin lives nearby. We'll get them to come over, and you can give the bags to our cousin, yeah. And
My cousin.
and then they'll look after them for a week, and then they'll put them on the plane for you next week. And we're like, are you even allowed to do that? And they're like, yeah, I think we can get away with it. We're Cabe Verde Airlines, we can do what we want. And then you can tell us what happened.
we were sitting on the. We ended up getting two more bags on, right?
Yeah.
And so we just had one.
I think we had two.
We had 2 left, and they're like, no, won't fit on the plane. It's totally full. There's no chance. We're like, okay, so we're waiting. We like put everything through.
So at this point, you had all your suite down the line board already on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
you-
basically taken out all of the spare stuff we were taking for everyone else. Keith Taboo wasn't getting his stuff. Josh Angulo definitely wasn't getting his boards we were bringing for him.
Okay.
Seeing as he messed up the airline deal.
Yeah, Swift was like, oh, we should definitely put Josh's on. I'm like, no, we're definitely leaving Josh's because then he'll want to get our stuff, you know.
Right,
Then
okay.
our
So
stuff
you gotta play the game.
Yeah, we're like, no way. And then, so we're sitting there, and we put all our bags on, and this is like, oh, and the plane was delayed for like 8 hours or something like that. So we had plenty of time just to sit there and be like, oh man, can't believe this is happening. Because I only had like I brought a 5.3, a 5.7, and a 5.0, and that was it. So when the contest started, I would maybe get my gear or maybe not, you know. And so we had it all in there. We hauled these 2 bags out to the curb.
We weighed about 120 kilos each.
Yeah, and we're just sitting out on the curb, and we're just like, man, this sucks. And but we already wrote it off because we're like, well, what can you do? They said they won't take it. And we're sitting there, and there's this guy on his smoke break. He's smoking a cigarette, and he's like, what are you guys doing with those bags? And I'm like, oh man, we gotta get them to this lady's cousin to store them for us, to put them on the plane next week. And he's like, hang on a sec. And he's like, hold on right there. And he like smokes his last of the thing, puts it out, goes inside, starts making some calls, and comes back out and he's like, "Give me those bags." He goes and he puts tags on it, puts a standby tag, and we put it down the chute, straight on. Didn't have to pay.
No money.
Didn't have to pay anything, and all the bags showed up.